Welcome, everyone. Welcome back to Unapologetically Significant. We're your hosts, Rich and
Shelly Marie.
here we bees again.
We're
Here we bees. We very educated today. So, no.
We are smart, we are kind, and we are important.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That may mean we're significant.
That means we're significant, and that is going to be the topic, folks. That's the topic of today.
Ding, ding,
And
ding, ding, ding,
we're
ding,
going to
ding.
touch on it because somewhere along the line, we thought, or we were programmed, or whatever, however we came up with the idea as we have to be busy. We can't rest. We got to get all the things checked off the list to feel validated and significant in itself. I think we've all kind of got caught up in this idea or this philosophy. Me personally, I know for sure I have, and I talk about it often, or at least talk to myself about it often. And it's just being busy all the time. Like, I really don't take a break. I have to schedule them in because I've been ingrained that I have to be busy. I have to get these things checked off my list. My dad he works nonstop. So I saw that I'm mimicking that behavior because that was my norm. There was no laying down, chilling. I'm going to take a mental health day. Like, I wasn't raised like that. And I think that's part of it. Now it's taken on like part of my personality is to just hustle, just to be a hustler. Not because, of any other reason, but being busy kind of validates me as a person.
And, we're all different.
Very much so.
So, for me, growing up and looking at my parents, my father never took any vacations, any breaks, always working on something, had projects at home, did all that stuff. My mother was a nurse, always working extra shifts and doing this, that, and the other thing. And for me, I think in my nature is to be a rebel. So
Same.
I looked at that and I go, I ain't doing that. So these hands don't turn too many wrenches or do any
Yeah.
too much work. Because my father, you'd shake hands with him, it was like shaking hands with an alligator or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, that's just not me. But I went the other way. So being busy to me, busy without a purpose to me was just like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And I think that prompted a lot of the ways I am today in terms of researching things. Because I just, people were telling me one thing and I'm looking at them and I'm like, this is not
Not
quite
making
match up.
sense.
Yeah. This peanut butter and jelly ain't going together. So I think that started into my research kind of way and always wanting to double check things and question everything. I question everything,
Yeah.
and it's
And
either
see,
good or
that's
bad.
good. I think that's a good thing. I think for me, I've always been a curious person. So I asked a lot of questions,
Mm-hmm.
but I grew up in the time where, getting 5 across the lip was a normal thing. Like asking too many questions, especially if it had to do with like the universe and God and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Not really one of those things I was supposed to do. It was like,
Yeah.
do what I say when I say it. And that was the behavior that was modeled in my home. So I did. I'm extremely compliant
Mm-hmm.
person. But I think asking questions or, especially if you're asking questions in a place to understand, just asking questions is just to be a jerk.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, my mother gave me a plaque when I was, I don't know, 5, 6, 7, somewhere in there. And all it said on it was, it scares the hell out of me to be average. And I used to look around and for whatever reason, I internalized that to the max. I'm like, I don't want to be average. Everybody going right, I'm going left. Everybody going up, I'm going down. And I just have been that way my whole life. And with that, of course, came the struggles
Mm-hmm.
and the ups and downs of that being different. So I was the only boy. I have 2 sisters. And we thought very differently, and I was kind of the odd person out
Mm-hmm.
because, go get in the front seat. We're going to get some ice cream. No, I'm gonna sit in the back seat just because you said sit in the front seat. And, that's not the wisest thing to do all the time, but I think a lot of that just shaped me and really, you talk about significance. Where does significance start?
Here you come with the good questions. Uh, well, it starts from whoever your caretakers are at
Mhm.
a very, very young age. I think that's where it starts. So depending on their background
Mhm.
and their history and their culture, it's going to look different from household to household.
True.
Things that they value, and then
Mhm.
we kind of adopt things that are important to what's in our environment.
Yeah.
And there's got to be some type of emotional connection with that.
Mhm. Mhm. So are you a show me type person? Show me and then I
Eh,
believe it, or
Oh, well, now I live in the show me state. Because words that mean absolutely nothing. Like, I'm a trust and verify type of person. So, yeah, I am a show me. But then, like, academically, I am a show me person too. I need
okay.
to see it. Like, you can give me 6 pages of directions, but I need to see it, like, the end product before I'll be able to complete it to the best of my ability. I'm more of a hands on person. So, I don't know if that answers your question. Yeah,
Let's go back to high school.
let's go back to high school.
Were you a show me person?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
So you've
Yes.
always been a show me
I think I might be always a
person.
show me type of gal because why? I don't know. I think it was just the way I was raised. My dad was
Mhm.
like, a put up or shut up type of person. So it was
Yeah,
always um modeled that way.
right, right.
I feel like I'm snitching on my dad. Dad, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. Like hopefully this comes out good because my dad is awesome.
So you're a post, uh, riots child.
Yeah.
I wonder if,
That has something to do
how
with it.
that plays
Yeah.
into it. You're a post and I am a pre. So, I
Mm.
remember my dad taking me down South Orange Avenue to see the tanks lined up
Oh
in
wow.
Newark, New Jersey, and make sure that they were enforcing the curfew after the riots or
Wow.
during the riots. And so I got a whole different perspective on things from that. And the show me thing, it's like that never even crossed my mind.
Yeah, show me or get shot type thing. Again, that goes back to the background and the
Yeah, yeah.
environment that you were raised in. Me being post, I mean, my dad, again, family are 10 toes down. And they learned from the generation prior to them. So
Yeah,
they're all
yeah,
about like even to this the past weekend, my dad was out there protesting with his sign, his t-shirt, like the whole
yeah,
outfit.
yeah.
Um,
Wow.
because
You
that's
see, I
just
can't do that
Ye
because there's too much film on me
yeah, I
from
know.
back in the day.
Ooh, yeah.
Get a little personal here, but,
Yeah.
hey, we keeping it real.
Yeah. Yeah, interesting.
So,
Where are we at?
yeah, where are we?
We
It the significance thing, you know, eh, that can take a hit in so many areas.
Mhm.
Growing up, like you said, people with different situations and all that. I think the institutions play a huge role in that.
What do you mean, like, at a
School,
schools? Yeah,
school, 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 school,
yeah.
school. I remember in school, now that this is, back in the day, they probably get them for child abuse now. But I remember when we did not do something correctly, they had this big wooden leaf and you get some wax with
Like a
it.
paddle?
Yeah. And I did not go to any Catholic school, anything. This is a run of the mill public school. And you get that thing on you. And that type of reinforcement to drive certain behaviors, I think it starts to destroy the roots of who you are and who you could become
Absolutely.
because you're all into the avoidance
Mhm.
mode because you don't get hit with that thing,
Yeah.
you know.
It's avoidance, it's compliance, it's performative,
Hmm.
So it's we're going to perform because in fear of getting hit or in
Right.
fear of XYZ instead of just being naturally who you are
Mhm.
and being okay with it in
Right.
whatever environment. This is work, personal, school,
Mhm.
wherever you're at. And I think that's a big piece of it because I think we get so wrapped around the optics of
Mhm.
things,
Mhm.
right? The
Mhm.
keeping up with the Joneses or, so and so got an A, so I have to get an A and
Right.
and
Right.
and look how much attention this person is getting because of this behavior. So I want that
Mhm.
similar behavior. So I'm gonna do the same things. And it couldn't be further from the truth
Right.
because it begins to mask who you are.
You suppress things.
And what happens when we suppress things, y'all?
Yep. 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 Yep.
It's just a matter of time. Ticky,
Matter of
ticky,
time.
boom.
That's it.
It's gonna come out and people are gonna be like, "Who the heck is she?"
Yep. Yep.
Like, "What happened? Like, what happened to the fun, cute Shelly? Where's
Yeah.
like, who's the Hulk that just walked kicked in the door, waiting
Yeah.
the 4-4?"
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah. And if it goes on too long, which it does in, I would venture to say, most
mhm,
people, now it's shaping who you are,
and
how you think.
mhm.
And it all builds on itself year after year after year. And so you get to the point, I think a lot of people get to the point, they don't even know who the heck they are.
Yeah. That's why you have the midlife crisis.
Yep.
You turn 30 or 40 or 50, and then you're like, "Who am I? I am sick of fronting." Matter of fact, I just told this to somebody the other day. And I said, I feel like I have been a little bit of a fraud
Hmm.
because I've taken on all this responsibility of, doing the most for everybody and
Hmm.
constantly sacrificing myself and my boundaries for the greater good of my family or the greater good of the business or corporate
Yeah.
America. I have some really good excuses, first and foremost, but they're at the end of the day, they're excuses.
Yeah.
And we find ourselves at a point where you're just like, this is too much. Like it's the lie that snowballs,
Hmm.
and then you got to remember what you said, and then and the things that didn't hurt your feelings that really did.
Yep.
And now the all the layers are coming off, and your coworkers and your family are like, "Who the hell is this person?"
Yep. 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 They're not ready for it. Shocks them. It shocks them. But you have to get to that point.
Yeah,
I mean, if you just look back and some of the things that you've been told, some of the things that you have believed. I mean, take men for example. Oh, men not supposed to have any emotions.
right.
They don't cry. They don't do this. They just work. Well, I ain't no damn pack mule. I mean, come on. That's not the way we should be. And what happens when you do that? And you bottle all that stuff up, hey, we're human beings too. So when things go wrong, well, you're weak.
Right.
You're weak if you show it. You're weak if you ask for help. Well, what idiot told us that?
Yeah,
I
some
mean,
idiot, some man,
yeah,
some
right?
dude
Yeah.
has, where does it come from? And then again, you speed up and you figure out like, I do want to cry. I
Hmm.
want to have it just like straight up 10-year-old meltdown,
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
temper tantrum,
Yeah.
and be okay. Of course, be in your little bubble
Yeah.
of
Yeah. Yeah.
protection, your circle of trust. But if your circle of trust doesn't know who you are
Hmm.
because you've been fronting for so long,
Right.
it's like, how do they deal with that? How
And
do they
that that
soothe
that,
it?
that
I'm like,
becomes one of the big issues because as you grow
"Mhm,
and start to branch off and become who you're meant to be, and you're in a circle. If they are not working on the process, haven't made any progress on it, well, they still who they are. Now you got this conflict going. Whereas you're headed in this direction, they're still in the old direction. Now they start looking at you like, what, who do you think you are?
yep,
And how do you deal with that?
mhm,
That's the thing, because a lot of people just fall back into the pattern like,
yeah,
well, that's too much work. I'll go back to the old me.
mhm,
That comfortability factor is like, oh no, you don't want that.
mhm."
It's
And if you're not at that point where you're willing to entertain the idea of you changing or outgrowing situations or people, then I think there's some folks that tend to lean on other vices.
mm-hmm,
That's
mm-hmm.
when you get the alcohol. That's when
Yeah,
you get the
yeah, yeah,
drugs.
yeah.
That's when you get all the other mischief, if you will, things that happen because you need to find a new coping mechanism or something to help self-soothe, and
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
turn to different things. But
Yep. Yep.
I think once you realize that you're not alone and it's okay and you are worth it and you
Mhm.
are significant, and it's so worth the journey to, at the end of the day, my grandmother used to say, if it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no. Right? Like if you're not like, yes, I'm looking forward to going to the gym, or I'm looking forward to, being my authentic self or whatever it is, then it's a no.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
you just fall back into the other patterns. And as long as you do what you always done, you're gonna get what you get. And you
Yep.
don't throw a fit.
Yep.
You have to pick a side, and hopefully you choose you. I've been extremely transparent, and
Mhm.
I think some of the people in my world are not used to me being so. I'm always tiptoeing and saying it, but I'm always telling my truth in a way that comes across a little soft.
Mhm.
And then the Hulk comes out.
Yeah.
And then it's like, and another thing. So I'm trying to find that balance in my walk of life right now. But it's been a challenge. And I think
Yeah.
some of it is conditioning. I think it's some of
Definitely.
it is societal. Like, hey, Shelly, you're a black female and you're supposed to do this and you're supposed to do that.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
like,
I think back. I tried to recall the point where I really started to question things seriously and took myself seriously.
mhm,
And I think I've defined it. I mean, I've been through, got a zillion stories for you that'll come out over several podcasts, but I think it was when I wanted to go to college. So, I wanted to go to college and I wanted to major in engineering. And so my father told me, he goes, "What are you going to go to college for?"
yeah.
I didn't go to college. I make a decent wage. And I'm thinking, you barely making it. How's that a decent wage? But that's just a side point. He goes, you don't need to go there. Now, my mother, who had to take care of her sisters and some other stuff, didn't get her high school GED until, I don't know, she was like 20 something. And then she went back to college, became a nurse at 32.
Wow.
But it wasn't okay for me to go
Mm.
to college. And I'm like, what's up with that?
Is it a
Yeah,
gender
yeah.
was it a gender thing? Or what it was it
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, man. Yeah. What are you going to college for? You don't need that. You work in the trades and really make a difference. Well, what if I don't want to work in the trades? And I think for me, that pissed me off so much. I'm going to college, come hell or high water. I'm going to college. So I get accepted at all these colleges, including Cornell's School of Engineering and all this stuff. And I'm like, okay, I'm a pretty smart dude. I'm like, can you guys help me out a little bit? Hey, help a brother out. I got the answer of no, you got to
Mhm.
do it yourself. I'm like, damn, I didn't think it worked like this. They give me a little something, but they didn't. But that was the moment. What I'm saying, you defining me, you not willing to help me. At least let's have a conversation. You don't even want to have the
Yeah.
conversation. And I'm like, and I just got pissed off. I'm like, well, okay, I'm gonna find a way. So I ended up going into an engineering school. I took out student loans, which I've all paid. I got them paid off early, but that's a side point. The thing was, I was so determined for them to not define who I am and who I'm going to be, because I was always the black sheep of the family.
Mm,
Oh, you don't want to go to college. You go to college. Oh, you're the first one that moved away.
mm,
That's a big ass country. Why can't I move away?
right.
Why do I have to stay here? If people want to stay, that's fine. But what if I want to move? Oh, well, none of your other cousins and whatnot. Well, I'm not my other cousins. Don't worry about them. They do their thing. I do my thing. And why is my thing, because it's a little different, wrong?
Right.
And I'm like, no, it's
You
not going to
get
be that.
almost ostracized and
Yeah. Oh,
isolated
totally.
because
Totally.
Every family function, you Mr. Smarty Pants
Yeah,
or
yeah,
Mr. Da Da Da.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's
Oh, he knows so much.
yeah.
He's an engineer.
Family can be complete assholes at times. Just saying.
And beyond.
Yeah. Carry on.
And, I got so much of that. Just like, yeah, you don't fit in. You don't fit in. So the first company I go to work for, of course, I don't fit in.
Mhm.
They hadn't hired a black person in the past 12 years. Now, of course, I'm the first token one they hire. And, they're like, well, we need one. I'm sure that's what they were saying. But the racism and all the other stuff that goes on, more points to define who I am. But I was so rebellious.
Mm.
I just like, you are not going to define me. So we ended up working on this toilet bowl cleaner. First ever in the world that operated the way this one
Mhm.
did. And they made me the lead on this project. And I'm like, okay, I can see through all this, even at a young age. And we put it out there. It was the first one in history ever to put that thing out there. I'm like, yeah, okay, I did it. You didn't define who I am. I know I'm important.
Mhm.
And then after I did that, I left them. I'm like, okay, made my mark. I went
So
somewhere else.
so you asked me earlier, are you a show me type of person? That's him. That's him. I'm gonna stick it to you. Yeah. He's gonna stick it to the man. It's a rare disease, but I'm sure more majority of us have it.
But
But how do you get to that point? So here we are, we're talking to the people, we're selling them like, hey, we all have our testimony of why we're at and how we've been in these situations to be held back or felt like we weren't valued or saw
mhm.
like how do we work past it? What do we do? How do we get that courage, that inside voice, the intuition, all of those things that we should be listening to? But we hear that little voice that says, no, girl, you ain't gonna be, you can't do that. Like, no, no, no. Or be busy, pick up another hobby. Like,
Yeah.
how do you turn down the noise and focus
I
on
think it's got to be a want. What do you really want?
you want to?
Yeah.
So break down the want. So is it the want, the desire to want to change, to be better? Or is it the want? What's the want?
The want for me, the want was to be different.
Mm,
I got to be different. And I saw everybody doing the same thing. It's like a herd of wildebeest. They all go follow each other over the cliff. I'm
mhm,
like, that ain't me. I saw that and I'm like, something not right with that. Something not right. People working their ass off. They're doing this, they're doing that. And then nobody's happy. They're faking they're happy and whatnot.
mhm,
Most time when they had a couple of drinks or whatnot. And I'm like, it just, I think because for me, being so isolated growing up, isolated, different, whatever, I looked at things as I can't do what the rest do. I
mhm,
just can't. It irritated me to do what the rest did. So I started looking forward. Well, how can I be like this? How can I be like that? And so then I have the clash of the two. Okay, this is what I'm looking at, but all this stuff is trying to pull me back,
mhm,
and everybody's that way. And I had to learn to love loneliness
mhm,
and learn to love it because it can get lonely out there when you're going through this transition,
mhm,
but it's for the good. And, people, oh, I got to be around somebody all the time, blah, blah, blah.
mm.
I don't know, maybe because I'm from back east and it's a gazillion people back there everywhere you go. And I'm just like, I don't want to be
But
around
not
people.
not only that, but I think sometimes people we like to be it's being around people is a distraction.
Hmm.
That being busy
That's
is
the
a
drink.
yeah, it's the vice, right?
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
distraction for us to not be doing the work because it's hard to do. It's hard to meditate. It's hard to
Hmm.
like go internal when you have a party around you all the time. So
Right.
you have to figure out how to quiet that noise. And sometimes it's just, having the courage to just sit back and want to
Hmm.
deal with it. Because when you do the shadow work, which we have talked about, we do it quarterly and we pull out all the skeletons and all the babies we called ugly. We pull them out and we talk about it
Right.
and then let it go.
Yeah.
Say a little prayer, grace, and let it go. And then just become the person that you want to be. It's easier said than done,
Mhm,
especially if
mhm,
you have a family or you have people that you're responsible for, or
mhm.
people know you as this person.
Yeah,
But you can just say, you know what, I don't want to be that person anymore.
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
I'm choosing different, and be okay with the commentary from the peanut gallery,
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
know that, they're working out of a place of feeling valued,
yeah,
not
yeah,
feeling significant,
yeah, yeah.
performative behavior,
Mhm.
shallowness, ego, scared, just
Yep,
straight
all
up,
of that
they're
stuff.
scared. That scares them
Yeah.
to be different. It scares them that you are stepping out on a limb and you are no longer that person that will tolerate XYZ.
Mhm, mhm.
So you have to be careful about that peanut
But,
gallery.
but that's when you're caring about other people's opinions more than your own,
Yes.
and you gotta switch that. You
And
just
that's
got
some of that busy work. That's the not that letting people cross your boundaries and not being able, the inability to say no.
mhm,
No, no
mhm.
is a complete sentence, and no one should really be asking you questions and trying to
Right.
manipulate you into getting a yes, a
Yeah.
superficial yes, right?
Right, right,
So,
right, right. But, time,
mm,
you know, I think time is critical, and it's alone time. And I think people are so fearful of being alone that they would I mean, that's the last thing they wanna do.
they'll sacrifice themselves to
Oh,
do. We've
totally,
all done it.
totally. Oh,
We've
yeah,
all done it.
all done it,
Yeah.
all done it. But when is enough enough?
Mhm. You tired of being sick and tired.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah. If things aren't going right and you're in the rat race and this, that, and the other thing, okay, you gotta change something,
yeah.
and it all starts with you. And you've got to realize that you have always been significant. Always. From the time you, entered this
Inception.
world, you
Since you were the fastest swimmer, you beat them all.
That's
That was
right.
a sign.
You're significant, and you've got to find that significance within yourself. It can't be through somebody, through this or through that, and no, 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 because those things come and go. You don't come and go, okay? You stuck with yourself. So you've got to realize that, and again, how do you realize you're significant? I mean, what do you do?
This is definitely a good question for Miss Kim. We should have had her in here. Um, but what do you do? That is the darndest question. Um, but it's just loving yourself, recognizing yourself, and you are an entity. You are a person that has feelings, and
Hmm.
you matter. Once you realize that,
Yeah.
it's literally like the old phrase, like you walking around like your shit don't stink.
Hmm.
Yep. That's me. You know what I mean? We all have little things we're going to
Right.
work on,
Right.
continuously,
Right.
constantly evolving. But once you love yourself enough, you're going to start shedding some of the things off, and you're going to see it. No one else has to see it. You have to see
Yeah.
it. You
Yeah.
have to know it.
And
And
unconditional.
unconditional, flaws and all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stretch marks, babies, saggy boobs. It's you have to embrace it and you love it, and you'll notice a difference in your confidence. And I've
Hmm.
been doing the work, and I've done the work, and I have to kind of revisit it. Y'all know I'm pretty transparent and I'm oversharing per the usual. My family probably is, you know, like not wanting to tell me anything because they know I'm going to talk about it on the podcast. But this is part of my journey right now. It's like I feel like I'm almost reinventing myself. Every
Hmm.
couple of years, I shed off this old skin and be like, okay, that worked for me when I was 40. Okay, it's
Hmm.
not working for me now. So thank you, whatever
Right.
quality that
Right.
was. I no longer need you. And now I need to figure out what's going to work for me in this moment
Yeah. Yeah.
and be okay with it. Like everybody, I'm not everybody's cup of tea,
Hmm.
and that's fine. Champagne or like bubbly something. But anyways, I'm not everybody's cup of tea, and I'm finally at a point where I'm okay with that. Like
Hmm.
you don't have to like me because I
Right.
like me.
Right.
So I'm
Right.
good. Like I'm not causing no harm. I'm not doing any harm. If my truth bothers you, I'm sorry for you. But I'm okay with that now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was a people pleasing
Hmm.
Nurse Betty, nursing everybody and their grandma back to health. I still have that quality. I love nursing people. I love feeding people. I love teaching, educating, all that good stuff. But I'm no longer willing to sacrifice myself for that greater good
Right.
because I'm the greatest good.
Right. Right.
I know it
Yeah.
sounds it sounds very conceited, y'all.
Oh, well, that's only because of the programming that was put in there.
Pew, 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 pew. What he said.
Oh, we shouldn't say this, and
Yeah.
no, don't be that, and that sounds selfish, and this.
Yeah.
According to who?
Yeah. According to
To you and your messed up self?
yeah.
No, no.
Mm-hmm.
You can lay that value on me, but
Mm-hmm.
how long has it been laid on us? Year after year after year after year, institutions, parents, friends, cousins, all that kind of stuff, lay all that stuff
We
on
don't
you.
even want to bring religion into it.
No,
That's a
well,
whole
yeah,
nother
yeah,
thing.
that's a whole nother
And
thing.
I grew up in a very religious, strict family.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah,
I've had a lot of conditioning on people pleasing
yeah.
and doing the right thing and doing what I said because I said so, not necessarily because it's the right thing to do.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of shame, guilt, manipulation. So I
Yeah.
learned a lot of that. I think a lot of us
Yeah, a
have
lot of us.
learned it.
Yep,
You know what I
yep,
mean?
yep.
I'm not the only one. There's nothing new under the sun. So now
Mhm.
we have to figure out how to deal with it, how to deal with ourselves, how to deal with other people in the most, I won't even say politically correct way. You have to do
Mhm.
what's right for you. As long as you're standing up for yourself and you're doing it with some type of diplomacy,
Right,
then
right, right.
it should be good. If it ain't, eh,
Yeah, yeah.
again, not everybody's cup of tea, and that's fine.
You know, in order to trust others, you gotta trust yourself. Gotta learn what trust is. A lot of people don't know what trust is because they've been, in their mind, failed
Yeah.
so many times that they're scared to trust. It's fearful. I don't wanna do it. Why would I do it? All that.
So you think it's trust other people or trust themselves?
You gotta trust yourself. Hey, how can you trust anybody else? You can't trust yourself.
Wow.
You're the closest with yourself. In order to truly learn what trust is, you gotta trust yourself. Just like, yeah, I know, how can you love somebody else? You don't love yourself. You don't even know what it is. But I'm like, oh, I love you,
Mhm.
but I hate myself. Oh, but that don't work that way. That's why these things usually don't work in a lot of cases. And it's doing that hard work. And the thing is, you really have to take in that it's worthwhile. A
What's
lot of people,
worthwhile?
don't do things unless they feel there's some perceived value in there, and it's going to be worthwhile.
Performative behavior. That's going to be the phrase of today. Okay. Performative. That's, you have to do this to earn this.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have to do this to get this.
Yeah.
Not the good Lord's just going to drop $1 million in your account because, you prayed about it and there it
Yeah.
is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like we have been programmed that we have to do something to earn it instead of
Mhm.
just saying, hey, I just want it because I want it.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. And don't by no means get the idea that we this has been easy for us. And there's a lot of sleepless nights, a
A
lot
lot
of
of crying,
crying,
a lot of
a
tears,
lot of doubting,
a
and
lot of
who
cuss
am
words.
I? And oh my
Yeah.
God. But at the same time, it's like, one of the things Muhammad Ali used to say, yeah, don't matter how many times you get knocked down. What matters is how many times you
Get
get
up.
up.
Mhm.
Because when you're down, what do people do?
They walk over you, they step
Yeah,
on you, they
yeah,
disregard you.
yep, yep,
They
yep,
talk
yep.
smack about you because you didn't get your ass off the ground. You didn't
Yeah,
get hit
yeah,
that hard,
yeah,
but I got
right,
hit harder.
right,
Like,
right. Hey, you fell off the horse and you blame the horse. Well, it's not the horse's fault. It's you. So get your ass back on that horse and
yeah,
try again. Yeah.
yeah.
But it is, and all these things, trusting and believing and loving, it all starts in here.
Hmm.
All starts in here. And you have to pick away at it. I mean, it's not gonna happen overnight. There are gonna be ups and downs. They're gonna be, you'll be backtracking and all that
Yeah.
stuff. But if you stay with it, I guarantee you it'll be worthwhile.
It'd be the biggest accomplishment you've done.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
even with us saying that we're plugging it away and we're doing the work, I still am surprised sometimes. Like, damn, girl, you're strong. Like,
Mhm.
you're definitely stronger than what you were last year.
Mhm.
Because last year you wouldn't have been able to do XYZ. You wouldn't
Yeah.
have been able to do that because you were too worried about what other people were going to think.
Yeah.
And then here I am like, dang, I thought that was going to be the hardest thing. And now here I am like, okay. Like, it's just
Mhm.
like all these life building blocks.
Yep.
And again, once you get to that point where you're starting to look a little bit more inward, that's when this body begins to blossom. This is
Mhm.
when the love, you can actually feel the love.
Yep.
And there was a point in time where I was just like, I just want to feel something.
Mhm.
I didn't care if it was hurt. I didn't care if it was painful. I didn't care if it was love. I was so messed up in my head that I just wanted to feel something.
Mhm.
And it had to do with feeling worthy
Right.
of it. Like, I had to do something. I was doing all these things that I
Mhm.
thought would make someone love me
Yeah.
or make
Yeah.
someone appreciate me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's almost like a vanity metrics almost. It's like
Mhm.
the likes on Facebook or Instagram. Like, you get this like, but what does that really do?
Yeah.
Like,
Right. Right.
who cares? You ain't get paid off of that. Like, my bank account is still the same, but I was constant. I think a lot of people are in that stage where they're looking for someone else to validate
Mhm.
their importance or their significance or their intelligence
Right.
or I have such a big heart. I have, like all of these things. Like, yeah, they feel good. I
Mhm.
want people to think I'm smart. I want people to think highly of me.
Right.
But at the end of the day, do I think highly of myself?
Yeah. Right.
Am
Right.
I back there verbally assaulting myself because I made a mistake on this report or I didn't send the email or I didn't make as
Mhm.
many sales as I thought I was going to do? It's very conditional
Yeah.
behavior.
Yeah.
And when you recognize that, then you can do, once you know better, you can do better.
Yeah. Yeah. When you look at the list, a lot of people are into affirmations, and
Mm,
affirmations are good things, no doubt about it. But it's interesting when you look at affirmations, there's always some in there that are missing.
Mike?
You're smart as hell.
Mm-hmm.
You're attractive as hell.
Mm-hmm.
You just bring love to everybody. People don't get down that deep,
Mm-hmm.
and the other things are fine. I'm not saying they're bad. Oh, I want to be happy, and I am happy, and I this and I that. Well, let's just get a little deeper
Mm-hmm.
because I tried it with a handful of people. It was probably about 5, 6 months ago. I said, "Can you say I love myself?"
In the mirror. We did a podcast on that.
They couldn't do it. They go,
Mm-hmm.
like they had a cat stuck in their throat or something. I'm like, so you can't even say it.
Yeah.
And it was,
Because you can't lie to yourself. We can lie to ourselves, but when you look yourself in the eye and you say, hey, I love myself, or I am a great person, or I think
hmm
I'm really rich, or I'm attractive, whatever it is, if you cannot look yourself in the eye for 60 seconds and say something nice about yourself, yeah, you
yeah,
got a bigger problem than
yeah,
that burnt chicken that you had in the air fryer for too long. Like, there's a bigger issue.
yeah.
But to your point, it's case study. You
hmm
did it and not one of them could do it?
Not one of them could do it.
Mm.
Not one of them couldn't even say the word.
Mm.
I'm like, wow, that's impactful. And when they realized they couldn't say the word, the look on their face was worth $1 million
Wow.
because they realized something. They realized something that they needed to work on, and that's a big part of it. How do you know what to work on?
Mm.
Now, we've given you a lot of things over these 20-some episodes that we've done, and it's all to better you, to better you. The name of the game here is to evolve into a better person and use your gifts and do all the things that you were intended to do. Well, in order to do things that you intended to do, you got to be you.
Yeah.
Can't be somebody else
Yeah.
trying to do, somebody else's thing. It don't work that way. It just don't work that way.
The real you,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
the real you.
I get surprised because I'm in the kitchen all the time. Y'all know how many people outside of their parents are like, well, how do you like your eggs? Well, what do you mean? Scrambled over easy. I'm
Mhm.
like naming off every way you can possibly make an egg. And I'm like, have you tried it this way? And they're like, Well, no. I'm like, it could be the best thing you ever eaten in your life. Like, how do you not know?
Right.
But again, back to the programming and, just things that we pick up, like, we don't even really know ourselves. We know what we know. Take a new class, take a new route to work, go for a walk, try a new exercise,
Yeah.
meet a new friend, put it on your list, like,
Yeah.
try using a calendar, try to use a vision board,
Mm-hmm.
you just got to keep trying shit
Yep.
and trying shit.
Trying.
And until something hits, and well, I definitely don't like scrambled eggs. Okay, I definitely don't like this. It's a definitive. If it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no. And you
Yeah.
just constantly have to be trying different things and pushing yourself past your normal limits
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
that you put on
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah. You put it on yourself. You have no idea
Why
how
does a
far you can
caged
go.
bird sing?
Yeah.
You caged yourself,
Yeah. Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
door's open.
Yeah. And you didn't take any birdseed in with you. So
Yeah,
that's on
never.
you.
That is completely on you. But you could choose differently. You
Yes, you
can.
can. Yes, you can. And I think, we've covered a number of things here, but I'm thinking the next time we do this, we take it up a notch.
Meaning?
We bring in the
Yes.
the queen,
Yes. Yes.
Kimberly,
Yes.
who's a emotional health coach that deals on many levels. So we're going to take it up
Yeah,
a little higher
I think
and get
so.
into some of the uh, what would you call it? Spiritual aspects of it. Now, then we're not going to church next time. No, that's not it.
Yeah.
But we're talking about higher levels of thinking and consciousness and whatnot. And maybe that'll click because
Yeah.
that's our responsibility to kind of lay it all out for
And
you.
you just
And
pick
yeah,
what
you pick and
hits.
choose what you
Yeah,
want. Yeah.
what hits for you.
Yeah.
And okay, I'm just gonna say this one thing about Kimberly, and I will say that she's not one to come to when you want to have a pity party. Okay? She gonna get you straight real quick. And you find yourself, because this is what happened to me, you find yourself in this position like, well, okay, now I got all the answers and I pulled it out. She pulls it out of you, so you answer your own questions. But now you're like, what am I going to do with all this time? Because before I'm like, I'm going to slash his tires. I'm going to go to the bar and drink. I'm going to go on a vacation and I'm going to do all these things. Like, now she fixed you in like a couple of days, maybe it's even shorter, maybe an hour. And you're just stuck with
Right.
a chance to choose something different.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you going to do? Are you going to go back to old comfortable BS? Are you going to work on the new you? Are you going to shed that snakeskin off
Mm-hmm.
and walk in your light and your purpose? Or are you going to fall for the banana in the tailpipe?
Right. Right. So tell your friends.
Tell 'em.
It's going to be it's going to be a good one next
Yeah.
time. Well, they're all good, but we're taking it up to a whole
Yeah.
new level next
So
time.
thank you
So,
guys for being here. Subscribe.
yes.
Don't be a selfish Christian. Send it out the word to all your friends and family members. We love to have you here. And thank you for the ones that have been reaching out directly with questions. Hopefully we're
Yes.
answering them
Sure.
without throwing you under the bus
Right.
through the podcast. Yeah, I think that's it.
We're good. Peace
All right.
out.
Bye.